Hi guys, it's SugarPlumSimss here and welcome back to another video. I have not done this in a while, so I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty, but I kind of took a bit of a break, and by a bit of break I mean quite a long break. I think it's been like 3 weeks since I last uploaded. Wow, that is a long time. So basically I kind of semi-explained this on Twitter. I was just not feeling very happy kind of the first week that I stopped uploading, and I was, I guess you could probably call it depressed, although I don't really like, you know, calling it, like labeling it as things. I was just sad, you know, and I am no longer sad. Well, kind of, everyone gets sad sometimes, but I'm fine. But then the second week after I kind of stopped uploading as well, I was still kind of feeling a bit down, but also at the same time I was just enjoying my time away from YouTube and taking a bit of a break anyway. And then the third week I just forgot to upload. So yeah, that is my story. So this is actually my build for the Sims with Disabilities tag, which I was tagged for by Simlicy and Penapple, which I was very happy about, and I am so sorry it's taken me so long to like get this uploaded. I think they tagged me back in, I don't even know when, like a couple months ago at least, but yeah, it's been a very long time. And with this build I was actually going to scrap it because I was building for a blind sim, as actually nothing gives away that, but this is designed for a blind sim. And I did start building this, and kind of midway through I was going to give up and then just build for a disabled sim because I figured that would probably be a bit easier, but I stuck with it and I am happy I did because I do really like this build, and I don't think I would have used it if I wasn't going to use it for this like Sims with Disabilities tag. So yeah, I'm happy about that. But it was just quite hard to kind of build for a blind sim because there isn't anything much that kind of represents what a blind sim would need to use. Like, I know you have the what's it called, braille or something. It's like the dotted writing that blind people can like use to kind of feel the words, and I don't really know much else about what kind of a person who's visually impaired would kind of need to be able to live easily. Obviously you're never really going to live that easily if you can't see things, but I also actually watched Caity Neistat's video quite a while ago actually, where he was actually meeting this blind YouTuber. I can't remember what her name is. I'll leave a link to her channel down below just because I feel like it's appropriate. And he basically was talking to her and she was describing how it felt to kind of not be able to see, and kind of describing how everything was pretty much black except she can see sort of the light. And it was quite interesting, and I did check out her channel, and she does have some videos up there kind of explaining sort of what it's like to be blind, I guess, and yeah, you should definitely go check them out. But anyway, I actually didn't even talk about what this tag, like who made up this tag, and basically the tag was made up by Simproved, or Fry, I think her name is, and it's a very cool tag. It brings a lot of awareness to Sims with all types of disabilities. Fry has a playlist of all of the builds done by other people who've been tagged, so you should definitely go check it out. Again, I will leave a link to all these people who I've mentioned, like Simlicy, Penapple, because they're all really cool YouTubers, and wow, I'm sounding a lot more professional than I usually do. I think that's about to change probably in the next 10 minutes as I begin to struggle with what I want to say, but I have a lot to say, I think, so I should be okay because I have not done a voiceover in ages, so obviously I have a lot to talk about. And yeah, so basically though, with this build I want to talk a bit more about it because obviously it is kind of designed for someone who can't really see, and obviously not all people who can't see are entirely blind. Like, they have a little bit of sight, like maybe it's just a bit blurry, or they can only see a few centimeters in front of them or something like that. But I know for the person I was building this place for, it's actually a what's the word, an aspiring musician who also lives with his best in quotation marks girlfriend, because it's not like his romantic friend, but it's a girl, if you get what I mean. And she helps him with his music because she's a musician as well, and together they kind of just help each other out. And well, I mean, he doesn't help her as much, but they're just very close friends. And I didn't even make these Sims, this was just like the story that was coming up in my head. And there is a music room in the house, and there is also the room of his friend who lives with him. And I try to not clutter up this too much, because I'd imagine if you can't see, it would be quite difficult to kind of make your way around something that has a lot of room or like a lot of things on the floor. So I try to limit the things I put on the ground, and I try to make it quite easy to get around, or at least that's what I was thinking. And so in the kitchen it's quite straightforward. I also almost forgot the fridge, but I added it off camera, so do not worry. And it's just quite a simple layout, because I think you don't want something too complicated. And the living room is very spacious, there's not a whole lot in it, but the TV isn't really the main kind of centerpiece of the living room, it's more like the fireplace, because I imagine if you couldn't see and you can only kind of see the light in your vision, then I reckon like watching a fireplace could be quite therapeutic if you can see light, because it kind of just flickers and kind of just flashes, or I don't know the right words to describe this, but I can just imagine, you know, watching a fireplace in real life as a person who can see is quite relaxing and stuff. So as a blind person it probably is also, so that's only something I just thought of now. It is not something I was thinking of when I built this, but you know, why not? And actually, because I started building this before I kind of took the break, and then I came back to it a couple days ago, but since I took my break, I've been a lot more inspired. I finished off a build that will be coming to the channel probably in a few days to a week or something, and that build was quite big, and I started it before like my little break, and that took me ages, because one, my Sims was just playing up and acting very slow, and I just couldn't deal with like the 5 frames per second I was getting. So I did kind of stop that for a bit, and then since we got the new patch literally a couple days ago, it was quite nice because the Sims was running a lot smoother, which is always nice to know. And what else was I trying to say? I had something else in my mind. Oh yeah, so the house I was working on, which you will see soon, is quite like minimal and stuff, and that's not really a style I can do very easily, because I like to clutter things and I like a lot of colour. I like to add lots of things, I guess, but because this house was minimal, like not this house that I'm building right now, but the house that you will see was quite minimal, it's kind of quite hard to build. So I was just struggling with it, and then I came back to it after taking the break, and now I finished it quite quickly, and the landscaping went way better than expected, because usually landscaping can be very hard. But yeah, so this is the kitchen in the build, and I went with like these dark counters with this blue oven, and I also incorporated some orange because they're all complementary colours. I think I did a similar colour scheme in my twin townhouse like entry for Aiden's competition thing for Devon Bumpkin, which was ages ago, but that actually has quite a few views. And something else that has quite a lot of views is my eco home, which I know now that I'm talking in this voiceover is quite, what am I saying? I'm stuttering. But I uploaded that quite a while ago, but then I actually got quite a few views on that. I think it's just eco homes in general get quite a lot of views, but for me it was like a tiny eco home, so I guess that obviously scored more points with the viewers. I don't know. Speaking of views and kind of people who watch my videos, we are nearly at 500, I wish. We are nearly at 400 subscribers, which is crazy. We're like, as I'm talking, we're like 3 away, but after this I'll probably end up being like 10 away, because people will probably have forgotten to subscribe to me and then realise they don't want to be subscribed, so they'll unsubscribe. That's kind of something that happens sometimes. Or maybe it's just YouTube getting rid of spam accounts, I don't know. But I am very close. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Honestly, it's so hard to think up of things I want to do for milestones and everything, so I'm going to try and kind of think of something I might want to do. I was thinking of like a competition, whether that's like a CAS competition or a build competition. I don't know, but I don't know who would actually like enter. So I don't want to do something that's literally no one is going to enter for, because I think that would just be a bit sad if at the end of it I would get like no entries. I know a few people who might potentially enter, but you know, it's still kind of just a thought that's running through my head. And also I don't want to like upload my build or whatever it is for the milestone until I'm about 10 subscribers over, because generally what happens is I'll kind of announce, oh look, I've reached this many subscribers, and then literally like a few hours later or a day later or something, I'll be under that subscriber count thing. So yeah, I don't want to do that this time, because that happened with 300 subscribers and it kind of was a little bit more disheartening. But honestly, I have not been checking subscriber count recently, that often at least, and I am just, you know, fine with not checking it as often, because at the end of the day, it's just a number, and really the thing that matters most is views, I think, because those are the things that, you know, people are watching, and you can kind of tell in your analytics how much people actually watch your videos, which isn't always the best thing, but I mean, people tend to stay for at least like 3 minutes or something, which, you know, has to say something, I guess. But yeah, and that's also like incorporating the people who might have accidentally clicked on the video and kind of stayed to watch for a bit and then got bored, you know. What else have I been doing? I've just been doing a lot, so I kind of forgot about what I wanted to say. Today, the reason why this voiceover took so long to record today, because I was going to do it tomorrow, but then I got distracted. So did I say tomorrow? Because I meant yesterday. I was going to do it yesterday. But I also just started using Smule. I don't know how to say that. Smule. It's like a singing app type thing. If anyone remembers Party Karaoke, I don't know how many people actually use that and how popular it was, but back in like 2014 or something, Party Karaoke was still a thing, and that was like the best website ever. You could literally sing against other people, and it would be great when you were like gold and stuff, because that meant you were basically in the lead. But I kind of miss that, because I think they got rid of it because they didn't actually have like copyright rights over the songs they were playing. So, you know, get copyrights, get copyright allowance. I don't know what the right terms for that would be, but they got rid of it, so I was kind of sad about that. But Smule, again, don't know how to say that, is pretty much like it, like it's the same concept really, but you collab with other people, and it also like tells you on most of the songs, like the official kind of songs, it will tell you kind of how many points you're scoring depending on what the notes you're getting, whether the notes you're getting are right or not. And I've actually been like collabing kind of with my friend Caity, or simply Caity on YouTube. Go subscribe, I'll leave a link down below. I should just have like a permanent link for her channel, because her videos are really cool. I don't think she's been uploading recently, but she's recording a voiceover as I'm talking, I think, because we literally just spoke. But we've been collabing and singing some songs. We sang Made You Feel My Love, and that was pretty cool. She's probably a better singer than me, I think. And then we also sang Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift, which, can I just say, it's a very hard song to sound cool in, because it's kind of like talking, and it was also a bit cringy when I sang it, so go check that out. I don't know if I'll leave my name in the description, because I don't know if I want to hear you guys, I don't know if I want you to hear me sing, that's just not something I know if I am ready for yet, but if I do, the link will be down below, or just like my name. But you can probably find me if you find Caity's voice channel, because we're following each other, so yeah, go stalk me on that if you want to, you know, feel free. And yeah, this is the bathroom. I did something funky with this bathroom where the toilet is in between those sinks. I don't know whether it works or not, but it's kind of cool. At the moment it's like in a different position because I have to move everything around. But I do quite like this bathroom, and also just the lighting made it look really cool. You'll see that in the screenshots. And yeah, so before the patch actually happened, I was thinking of continuing some of these builds without the nice lighting because it was just so slow, but since the patch happened, I think some of the issues have kind of been fixed, so it's a lot more manageable now, which I'm very thankful for because I cannot do without my nice lighting. That's just something I will not be able to handle. But something else actually that's been happening in my life recently, you know, very big. Is it big? I don't know, but I've been going to the gym because I am a very unfit potato, and I'm still kind of unfit, you know. In the gym I'm sure I probably sweat a lot and look like a failure. Yeah, that's probably right. But I have been going to the gym. It's like a local gym, and it is kind of expensive if you're like not under the age of 15. Or 16, is it? But obviously I am 15, so I still get a year of cheaper things, so that's always nice. And I've been going on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, and it's always in the evening because I have like, I think I've mentioned this before, but I do internet schooling, so the timing isn't always like normal school, so I have some lessons which are kind of in the morning / mid like beginning of the afternoon, and then I have like science later on in the day, kind of at about 5ish, so it's all a bit different. So I have to do gym like before my last lesson, and then I go back to the lesson, which can be slightly stressful because I'm basically speed walking back from the gym to my house, and I go with my little sister because I would not go on my own because I would just be way too awkward. And honestly, sometimes I do go off on my own and do my own things because she doesn't always do the same things I do, because I do like some of the resistance stuff, I think that's what you call it, but it is a lot of fun, and anyone who's like too intimidated to go to the gym, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, at least at my gym it doesn't feel intimidating, it just feels, you know, like a nice environment to work out in, and you know, no one really cares what you're doing as long as you're not obviously trying to break the machinery. No one really cares, you know, just get on with your life, and that's what I've been doing. So I actually have it later on today. It's like almost 2 o'clock, so I think I have to go at 3 something. That was a long 3, but yeah, so this is also the girls' bedroom. I did it, it was quite feminine, and I also did this weird thing with the mirror, which you'll see above the desk, where there's like a mirror, and then on the side there's 2 paintings, which I thought worked quite well together, and I think it kind of looks quite cool. And it kind of just looks like one whole sort of art piece, which I think also works quite well. And then this bathroom I also really quite like. It doesn't match the whole house as well, but I still think it works quite nicely. And oh, it's like 18 minutes, and I've been going pretty strong on this voiceover, except I think I'm beginning to sense myself failing a little bit. Well, not failing, just like I don't know what else to say at this point. I have a few other videos left to edit and stuff. I have a CC shopping video, which I'm not uploading just yet because I actually haven't finished it. And then I also have another build other than this, a tag for like a CAS, and that is pretty much it. But I also have a couple more things I've been tagged for. I actually have a piece of paper, sorry, that was probably loud. Where is the paper? Is it here? No, that's a bit of torn up piece of paper. Okay, my desk is a mess, so I won't be able to find it, but I actually figured out I had about 5 or 6 things I'd been tagged to do. So I have the solid color challenge, which I am looking forward to doing because it's going to be very hard, and I have the no move objects thing challenge, which I was tagged for by Penapple, and what else? I don't know. I think I said I wanted to redo the 10-minute build challenge, which I will be doing, and I also kind of want to do the 5-minute CAS challenge, which I don't think I remember doing, so I don't think I have done it. But those are just a few things that I think I want to try, and I think I'm going to have a great time with. But also you'll see that I like put down a load of those like pool lights on the floor, and those are kind of to guide the sim around so that they kind of know where they're going. Obviously this would only really help if the lights above were slightly more dim, but at the same time I was actually reading a few things about kind of how to make a home suitable for a blind person, or someone who just can't see as well, and some people were saying like to have lots of space and lots of light, like natural light and stuff into the house. So I tried to include lots of windows, but unfortunately the windows didn't really add much natural lighting. So I just kept with it and added lots more artificial lighting instead, which is alright, I guess. And then this little entryway that I just passed was like a weird kind of coat hanger type thing that I'm not sure whether completely works, but I guess you can be the judge for that. And then upstairs we have a little kind of sitting area, just, you know, a hallway, and again lots of space to move around, not too much on the floor and stuff. It's kind of just to the side, and you know, so that the person's not going to trip around everywhere they go. But yeah, I actually really like the space, and with the lighting, again, it looks great. And oh yeah, I actually just remembered that we got with the new pouch, we got a bunch of new items, which I'll probably check out soon. I haven't checked out any of the Kaz items. I've only checked out the dress, and I think the necklace, but I haven't really checked out anything else. But I do know that we got a few new furniture items, which they didn't go with the style of this house, so I didn't use, apart from that potted plant, which I definitely think we needed more kind of smallish potted plants like that. And you know, it's always really nice when they add things to the base game that people who aren't purchasing the packs can have, because that is just something that not everyone can buy the packs. For me, I can't even buy many of the packs at the moment, because I am keeping all my savings for pets, because that is going to be the best pack ever. That's quite a big statement, but I am going to stick with it because I'm pretty sure it is going to be a really good pack. And I also really can't wait for octagonal roofs and round roofs, and I kind of hope that if we're getting round roofs, they'd add round walls, but I don't think that would happen because it would be very difficult to implement into the game. You know, you'd have to add new windows, you have to have new doors, and also I don't think that having a round room would be very convenient for builders, because how are you supposed to furnish it? I have no idea. But yeah, so a little entranceway, and then after this we pretty much move on to the furnishing. You'll actually notice that I kind of miss out and forget quite a lot of the balconies. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but I just kind of forgot that those balconies existed, so I had to add a door to the one on one of the sides at last minute, and then on this side I just made it into a little greenery area because there was no way I was going to be able to fit a door in, and I forgot the other side of this balcony, like on the other side of that stone wall part. And then I was trying to add stairs up to this little balcony section, which did not go to plan, so I just ended up scrapping that and adding a door from the upstairs instead. And I also have to move the house a bit forward because I don't know why I put so much space in the front of the house, because, you know, what are you going to use that for? Literally just a car and that's it. So I did move it forward a bit and added a bit of a pool and some seating area and a little garden patch thing, because I like adding little garden patches. I like adding kind of skill things, because otherwise what are your Sims going to do? Obviously if you use this house you can always add in your own things. I added in like a little woodworking table. I don't think there's an easel, but there's lots of musical items, so yeah, that's that. I don't know why that wall got deleted when I moved the house forward. And actually something that I do wish I had remembered to do was basically around the pool I probably should have added a fence, because I can imagine you may not know there's water there if you can't see. So rip the person who can't see who accidentally falls into the pool and drowns. But I would recommend anyone who does get this house adds a fence if you are like playing with a blind sim. So yeah, and then I added a little door here, and I think that's mostly it. I just have like a little outdoor area. Honestly, I didn't really clutter up this build at all. I just added what was necessary, and I think you don't always have to have a bunch of clutter around everything, because I mean Hatsy was talking about this, how she always adds furniture literally in every single, you know, crook and cranny, is that the right saying? But you don't really need that in real life. Not every house has furniture literally everywhere. But yeah, so I also added a little garden area out here for just a little gardening. You can't actually garden there, but it still looks cute. And then, ooh, I made a weird noise with my mouth. Sorry about that. I will probably mute that part because that was, if you can hear that, that's probably gross. But anyway, so then we just onto a bit of landscaping outside, and I honestly did not know what to do for this part. I just added a bit of, you know, not furniture, just leaves, bushes, is that the right word? And then a little fountain, and that is pretty much it. We have quite a few screenshots as well. I've decided, in my builds, usually I try to stick with kind of about 1.5 minutes of screenshots, to like obviously less screenshots, but at the same time I think if I have a big build, obviously there's going to be more screenshots, and I don't know why I try to not use all the screenshots. Like usually I'll get rid of a few of the screenshots and just use enough that will make it no more than like 1 minute long of screenshots or something like that. But I decided I'm just going to go with the screenshots I want to, and if it ends up being 2 minutes long, you don't have to watch all of it. So yeah, don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I think I'm going to leave it off here because I've been going alright this voiceover, and I do not want to ruin that, so I'll probably stop in a second. But I do want to quickly mention that I get rid of some of the white sections on the outside of the wallpaper. I add the brown wood slating instead, because I cannot because I thought it looked better, but I play more around that off camera. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave it off here because I clearly am struggling right now. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, give this a big thumbs up, and also sorry for the break. I am back now. I have lots of videos planned, so do not worry about me going away anytime soon. But yeah, we are on to the screenshots, so I will see you all in my next video. Bye!